Hi guys, I hope you are all doing okay. Today I decided to do a collection video. I've kind of strayed away from doing these types of videos because I don't think that I've been like building a makeup collection as long as some other people on YouTube, so I never want to say this is my collection and make it kind of definite. So I figured the way I can get over this is kind of do a collection. This is my highlight collection for 2016 and maybe 2017, 18, 19, 20. I'll do another one. 20. I'm really reaching. 2020. Okay. Just feel like my choker was on the wrong way the whole time. Right, fix that around. Before we get into the video, just something else that I've mentioned. I know that my videos haven't been as constant as they have been, but that's because I finished my internship, so I have a lot more free time, first of all, note that. And second, because I was doing a routine of Tuesday and Friday, but I feel like having 3 days between the videos didn't give people enough time to kind of digest, and I felt like I was just plugging the videos out. So I think I'm gonna switch my schedule up to Tuesdays and Sundays. Maybe we'll do something like product videos on Tuesday and then maybe we'll do tutorials on a Sunday, so that maybe you guys could practice the look and do it throughout the week. So I'm gonna see how that works out. Hopefully it'll be okay. I will start the Tuesday Sunday schedule immediately, but I probably won't start doing the makeup video, product video kind of back-to-back thing just as of yet, because I really do want to get some product videos out. So let me stop talking so I can actually start this product video. Today we're gonna do a highlight collection. I love watching these kinds of videos. I don't know one girl that I'm like in this world that does not love highlights. I'm obsessed with them. Matter of fact, I've got a whole tray of them here. I know that especially if you are of my complexion, when you guys are shopping, you want to see things swatched on someone who has skin like you. So if you guys were looking to buy any of these highlighters that I will mention today, you guys can kind of get an idea of how it looks on my skin, and then you can go on to buy it if that's what you would like to do, you know? So the first highlighters that I'm going to talk about are two from Gerard Cosmetics. I'm talking about these because I just dropped one of them, but I didn't drop my favourite one, so I'm very happy and I'm very excited. Oh my god, what have I done? I don't even have a tissue actually. I have a wipe from KFC in my bag, hold on. Talk about trying to break stereotypes for me, I'm like, wow. Let's go. These are two highlighters from Gerard Cosmetics. The one that I dropped, let's just do that and get on with it. It literally just dropped as I was getting my stuff ready for this video. This one is Marilyn. Oh man, it's just kind of, my bum is so itchy. I didn't mean to just blur that out, I'm so sorry. This one is Marilyn. I'm just going to make an attempt to swatch that. The good thing about these Gerard Cosmetics highlighters is they do have these plastic casing, which ideally is supposed to protect the highlighter, but in my case, I did drop it from a far distance. Like my table that I used to film on, I just dropped it straight from there on the floor and it flipped, turned upside down onto the floor. This is a highlight that I don't wear as often just because it is a little more yellow gold. I tend to like highlights that are a lot more bronzy, a lot more peachy gold, or a lot more pinky gold. But Marilyn is a really great starter kind of highlighter to your pack. The Gerard Cosmetics highlighters are super like metallic and metal when you put them on. They are so gorgeous. This one's Marilyn, and then this second one is Lucy. This might be one of my favorite highlighters of all time. I'll show you it just there, and then I'll show you it on my finger. It's like it's almost like Jeffree Star's Peach Gorgeous. That's what that reminds me of. I've yet to get that. I really do want to get that, but I imagine that this is what it's gonna look like. It looks like a straight up like pink right now, but it definitely is more of a pinky gold when you actually put it on your face. It's not what I'm wearing today. I wish it kind of was so that you could see, you know, what it actually looks like on the face. But what I am wearing today is yet to come. It's in this little list, so just hold on tight. Those are some sisters. We've got another group of sisters. My very first highlighter that I ever bought is in this pile, and I'm gonna mention it. When I bought these, I really fell in love with highlighters. Like, these are so perfect. These are a really good starter highlighter because they're not overly intense. If you want that metallic look, this is not what you're looking for. It does give you a nice sheen, but it's not as metallic as some of the other highlighters that I'm going to mention. But the good thing about these is they have highlighters for different complexions. When they introduced this was something that not a lot of brands were doing. They have Betty, which is a super like dark bronze one. Then they have Mary here, which is a lot more of a yellow kind of gold one. And then they have Cindy, which is a more pink tone one. Of course, I don't have that because I'm brown skin, so pink tone highlighter is not really gonna work for me. It's kind of icy and cool. It's like straight up pink. If you Google it, you'll see what it looks like in the pan. I would recommend, if you're starting out with highlights, to invest in highlights like these in different tones, which you can kind of just mix up and make work according to your needs. So there we have Betty, and then there we have Mary. Since we're moving in sisters, I'm gonna go on to the next group of sisters. These are the Wet and Wild highlighters. They don't really call them highlighters. I think they call them, yeah, they call them shimmer palettes. This one is in the shade To Reflect, and then this one is in the shade, oh, this one's Hollywood Boulevard. This is the one that was created in conjunction with with Fergie, and then this is just their plain old Wet n Wild like highlighter range. This highlight I love because it's a really nice like bronzy highlight. It looks super orange when you swatch it, but then when you put it on your face, it's like this perfect gold peach highlight. Like honestly, one of the best highlights I've ever used in my whole life. Not so much because of the formula, but just because it's the perfect tone and perfect texture and perfect color that I really like in a highlighter. So this one is the Hollywood Boulevard one. I definitely don't use this as much as the Sandgria Castles one, just because it is definitely more of an icy tone, and for my complexion I don't think that works as well. What I will do for you guys is just highlight some dupes. I'll be on Google throughout this video and just highlighting the dupes. 3 highlighters that claim to be dupes for this Hollywood Boulevard highlight I actually have, so I'm going to go ahead and just go over those now. And I was going in like a sister kind of pair order, but let's forget that because I want to show you guys these dupes. So according to Google, Laura Geller Gilded Honey is supposed to be a dupe for Hollywood Boulevard. Look at it on the finger, it looks so nice and metal and like really nice, but I find that when I put it on the face I just don't get that pigmentation. Gilded Honey does look more gold, and then Hollywood Boulevard does have more of the peach tone in it. So just off what I can see, I would say that that's not a dupe. However, I do have the Kiko 208 water shadow right here, which is actually what I'm wearing on my face today, and this is what is supposed to be a dupe. So at the top here, this is Kiko 208. In the viewfinder, all 3 of them do look really similar. However, I would have to say Kiko 208, although it's not that similar to Gilded Honey, it is more similar to Gilded Honey than to Hollywood Boulevard. And the last dupe supposedly for Hollywood Boulevard is Champagne Pop. This is actually a dupe that I have seen like a lot of places. This is not just something that I've seen off Google for the first time. This is Champagne Pop, Champagne Poppy. Let's go, because I think that this might, oh yeah, definitely, just as I've swatched it off my hand, I can definitely see that it's a lot more similar. Ooh, yes. So Champagne Pop is right there. If I'm looking at the viewfinder, it's just because I'm trying to get the position of the like highlighters right for you guys. So Champagne Pop is right there, and then Hollywood Boulevard is right there. From the viewfinder, they do look really close, and even in real life, they do look really close. Now, I don't want to separate these sisters, so I'm going to go ahead and mention another Laura Geller highlighter and then another Becca one, because I like working in twos, you know. I'm not really about that odd number life, you see. So another highlighter in my collection, this is another Laura Geller one. I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed in the Laura Geller, the baked gelato swirls, the highlighters, just because they don't look like what I thought, you know, they would be, just based off everything that I'd seen on the internet and just based on the actual hype that was around these highlighters. Not so much Ballerina, but Gilded Honey especially, because I waited about 5-6 weeks, you know, when people started talking about it, to be able to actually get it. And I don't know, I don't use it as often, but I'm not going to give up on it because there must be something that everybody liked about the highlighter. But Ballerina, I got this first because Gilded Honey was sold out, so I just bought it to try out the formula. I forgot to mention I've got a cold, so if I do sound a bit, it's because I've got a cold, sorry. Why am I apologising? I have a cold. So this one is Ballerina. In the pan, this looks like my perfect highlighter. Just the look of this is like, this is everything that I love in a highlight. Gold, but it's got that like overlying pink undertone to it, which is definitely what I love to see in a highlight. There we are. It looks super stunning on the hand. The next highlight is a Becca highlight. This is a Becca Opal Horde. I use this on days when I want to do that kind of no makeup because it's super soft, and when you kind of just put it on your skin, it almost just melts and really blends, and it doesn't look like an obnoxious highlight at all. That one didn't swatch as well just because it is a cream highlight, so ideally I'd need to kind of apply it more with a brush. Gonna mention another pair of sisters. This is a Bobbi brown highlight. This is in the shade bronze. This is a shimmer brick. I love the color combination of this because individually they're kind of like deep shades of like bronze and pink and taupe and that kind of thing, and when you mix them, they just make the perfect gold pink highlight that you've ever seen in your life. There it is there. It is definitely a different formula to these two. Just from what I can see, these two look a bit more crumbly, a bit more glittery, and then this one I love because it's a little bit more metallic, with the exception of like the Gerard Cosmetics highlighters. But I find that the more metallic highlighters do kind of swatch like this and do kind of place like this on your face, and you just have to blend them out. And the ones that will look a bit more glittery, for me, they feel a bit more textured when you swatch them. That's at least in just my experience anyway. Then another Bobbi brown highlighter. This is Bronze Glow. I had convinced myself I was not going to buy this, but after it sold out that first Christmas, you know, when they released it, there was just a point when everybody was talking about this highlighter, and I was like, I need to get this highlighter. Now be warned, it does go for £35. I think that's how much I bought it for, but I wanted to invest in a highlight, and I think that if you're going to invest in any brand of products, Bobbi brown is a really good one to invest in. But I definitely want to try out more things from the Bobbi brown range. I'm definitely going to put that next to Gilded Honey because no, I'm not even going to waste, no, just looking at it, it's not even similar to Gilded Honey one bit. It's definitely definitely a lot more similar to Champagne Pop, which I'll swatch for you guys now. Close but no cigar. I would say that Bronze Glow is a lot more bronze, and then Champagne Pop is a lot more peach, and they definitely have a different formula. The Bronze Glow definitely is that more metallic that I was just telling you guys about, and then the Champagne Pop definitely swatches a lot more crumbly, a lot more textured. This next highlight I'm going to talk about, this is my one and only highlight from this brand, Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've wanted to try So Hollywood forever, but supposedly Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow is a dupe for that. Supposedly Laura Geller Gilded Honey is a dupe for that. Supposedly Champagne Pop is a dupe for that. Supposedly Hollywood Boulevard is a dupe for that. So I'm like, do you know what? Even if I don't get So Hollywood, I can probably mix up all these together in a concoction and it would be just as good. So I'm not gonna sweat over not buying that highlight. So yeah, Anastasia. This is Peach Nectar. When I bought this and I swatched it for the first time, I was a little bit disappointed because it definitely is more of a cool tone highlight. As you can tell from all the highlighters that I've swatched so far, I do love pink, gold, bronzy highlights, and this one was definitely a shock to the system. It has somewhat of a blue kind of silver undertone, if you can tell, so that's why I was a little bit intimidated. But when you put it on, guys, it gives you that icy highlight, which I was never a fan of, but in pictures it is literally the most stunning thing. Like, I'm obsessed with this highlight. Now this palette, if you guys don't recognize this is the Sleek Highlight and Contour palette. This is one of like the first ever just highlighters that I ever bought in my whole life. It had like a contour shade here and then a highlighter here. I don't even remember what happened to that, rest in peace. But this is in the shade medium, and this is a very like toned down highlight. From what I can remember, it definitely looks a bit more natural. It kind of reminds me of Becca Opal Poured in a sense. But if you are on a budget and looking for something that is 2-in-1, this kind of palette is great because you get a contour shade and then you get a highlight shade. This is the City Color Timeless Beauty palette. I would 100% recommend this to all of you guys. If you are a freelance artist, if you just want a palette that you can get a bang for your buck for, this is definitely the palette that you need to invest in. This first one here, which is definitely more of a orangey kind of gold highlight, but when you swatch it out, you just get these amazing like bronze flecks just like reflecting back at you. Then we have this one in the middle. This one looks super pink, but when you blend that out as well, it's like a goldy pink highlight. And then we have the last one on the end, which is actually my favorite highlight in this palette, is this one is here. It's really weird because it's almost a cool tone highlight. Now left in my little container, I have these highlights from Colourpop. Guys, Colourpop highlights are my life. I love every single highlight in my collection, but if I had to save any highlight, I would cheat and save all 10 of these. But you know, they're small enough to be able to fit in my hand. I just run out the house like this. Like, this is Wisp, guys. Oh, this is the most stunning highlight. Oh my god. And when you swatch it on your hand, it just like glides on. I want you guys to see just how like soft that is. Like, look at that. When you swatch these on your hands, these are some of the nicest feeling highlights to touch. Now this is the Golden Child. This is in collaboration with Jamie King, Wisp Golden Child. The next highlight is like easily my favorite highlight in my whole collection. Out of every single highlight, like for real, like no lying, for real. If I had to save any one highlight in my collection, it would be K-pop. I love this so much that I even bought a backup. Because you know sometimes Colourpop be like, oh, we discontinuing this shit, buy it now, and everybody goes to buy it and then you can't get a hold of it. I'm not playing those games. I would literally cry if I could never wear this highlight again in my whole entire life. Look at that there. Oh. Next up is one of the newer highlighters from Colourpop. This is Might Be. I think they have changed their formula. At first I didn't like it because I felt like I couldn't really move the highlight, but just look at that sheen in comparison to the other ones that I swatched. Like, that is on another level. Look at the sheen. Look at the difference between these three, their older formulas, and this one. Next one from Colourpop, we have Candyman. This is another newer one. This is just a really nice like straight up gold highlight. This is Avalon. This is very similar to K-pop, however I think this is like K-pop on crack. It's got like that really extreme like bronze pigment in it, which I absolutely love about this. This is almost blue to me as well. Maybe it's just my eyes, but this definitely has a little like 1% of that blue undertone in there, which is something that makes this highlight so stunning, because it almost looks like there's a tiny bit of like kind of a metallic something kind of winking back at you, you know. What kind of wink was that? Then we have Butterfly Beach by Colourpop. This is just a really nice like golden pinky one, a really super nice everyday highlight. This is definitely not as metallic as the rest. And lastly, we have Churro by Colourpop. This one is great because it's almost like two highlighters in one. It's one of the tie-dye highlighters that they released, if you can see it, because I've mixed it a tiny bit. But you can see that there's kind of two different colours in here. The great thing about this is to me it's almost like two products in one. If you get it from this little like bump of like darkness there, you get this really nice like gold gold dark highlight, and then if you take it from the other part, you get this more gold highlight there. So in a sense, you kind of get 3 highlighters in one, which I think is amazing. So we made it to the end. That was fun. What I want you guys to do in the comment box below is first of all list down your favorite highlighter, and then put your skin tone, for example fair, medium, dark, ebony, bronze, whatever you want to put, and just so people can maybe like broaden their horizons and just get a better idea of some highlights that they could try out as well. Chat with me, connect with me on all my social media, Snapchat, Instagram and Twitter. Today is Tuesday, so I hope that the rest of your week will go, I was going to say smashingly, but that was so English of me. I hope that the rest of your days go super good, if that makes any sense. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.